Pledge, everybody.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everybody to the organizational meeting of the Southampton Town Board of Trustees here, 1 o'clock at Southampton Town Hall. Welcome to the folks that are on Zoom as well. I'm going to ask Trustee Ed Warner to do the roll call.
Okay. Scott Horowitz,
I'm here.
Ed Warner Jr., I am present. Richard T. Marin,
I'm here.
Joseph McLaughlin,
Present.
Matt Parsons.
Here.
All right,
Okay.
so we have a quorum.
We have a quorum. And
Yep.
just for the public's information, our next scheduled meeting for the Board of Trustees will be a work session. That'll be at 9:30 a.m. That's when we will resume the work session schedule, January 22nd, 2024, and of course, followed at 1 o'clock on January 22nd at 1 p.m. with our general meeting. I got to think that, should we go with the minutes acceptance, or should we go the other way here?
Well, I would like to have a minute statement. I would just like to welcome aboard the three new trustee members, Joe McLaughlin, Chip Richard Marin Jr., and Matt Parson. Looking forward to working with you gentlemen for the next couple of years and continue the progress that we've achieved for the last few years. Oh, actually 17 years I've been on the board, so I'm excited to have three new board members and working alongside you guys. So, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to echo that as well. I'm really thrilled that you guys are here, and I've spent a bunch of time already with each and every one of you, and you all possess a quality that I think is going to be very complementary for the cohesiveness of this board, so that we can continue to build on the successes of what we need to protect the natural resources for the people of the town of Southampton and defend public access that we all know is so important, right, Joseph? So I'm thrilled, and I'm proud to work with you guys. It's an absolute privilege. I'm impressed with your past experiences and your resumes, and I'm really looking forward to that. At this point, and then I think we're going to move on. I think we need to get our board set in terms of where we need to be. I've served as president for the past 2 years, and it's been a pleasure to do that with you folks as well. And I know generally at this point in time, that's a big chunk of the organization. It's the nomination of board officers.
I would like to, first of all, the minute acceptance, I'd like to get that out of the way.
Yeah,
So,
okay, all right.
I know
So
we had discussed
yeah,
prior to
so
the meeting, so.
we do have one
Yeah.
piece of housekeeping to jump into first, and that is the minute acceptance for the May 15th, 2023, 1 p.m. meeting. So I'll make a motion to accept as it was written.
I'll second it.
It was seconded by Trustee Warner. Are we all in favor, or is there any?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
Motion passes, so that they will be adopted into the minutes book as written.
So the next order of business is nomination of the board officers. I'd like to open that up for, I'd like to make a recommendation that Scott Horowitz be the president. I know he's done a good job, and he's led this board through some tough times. He's been a voice of reason with the town board at multiple meetings. Many people in the public have seen him as a good leader, so I'd like to recommend him for president.
I second that.
Thank you, Matt. Are we all in favor on that?
So moved.
Yep.
Aye.
All right.
Okay, so thank you for that. And based on that, thank you very much for your confidence. I greatly appreciate your support on that, and continue to move forward and be successful. That being said, let's shift gears quickly, and I would like to nominate Ed Warner Jr., who's been a complimentary partner of mine for as long as I've been here, which is a decade. I couldn't think of a better person to lead us as the Secretary Treasurer, to be working very, very closely with myself on continuing on the traditions and heritage that his family has been involved in for decades and decades and decades, almost half a century between yourself and your father. And as a partner, Edward, you and I can get us where we need to be and keep this ship in the channel and keep this place running for another 400 years with this new team that we have installed. So it would be my pleasure to nominate you as the Secretary Treasurer of this board.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Joseph McLaughlin. Are we all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so
Thank you very much for your
gentlemen.
vote of confidence,
Thank you.
gentlemen.
We will continue on. I'd like to say that there's no I in trustee. Right.
That's right.
It's a team. We are a team, okay?
Yep.
The door's always open, the phones are always on. We're already communicating like a team. And I think if we just continue on in that spirit of collaboration and cohesiveness, we're going to be very successful through some very, very tricky times as I sit here looking out at the folks in the audience. And I know what each one of them represents and the importance of all of that. So I'd like to say thank you very much. And to the people of the town, we're going to do the best that we can. I certainly will continue that as the president of this board with Trustee Warner here. And I can tell you that you've got some great people representing you, and we're going to do the best that we can. So now, moving on to announcements. We are at 240 West Montauk Highway in Hampton Bays. That's where you come visit the trustees now for permits. We're still going to be having our meetings here at Town Hall, but for anything that you need, that's where you come to see us, at the 240. It's a yellow building. It's just east of where the Montauk Bus Company is. There should be plenty of parking there, and it should be, out of the traffic zone. It should work out very well for employees, people coming from the east and the west. You should be able to access us very, very nicely. There's going to be a grace period for enforcement of permits and licenses up until the end of January, till the 31st of January, 2024. It's always a bit of a transition with the systems to be able to catch up to what is occurring when you have a transition from one year to the other. It's further complicated by our move, but I will say that everybody that was involved in this, the facilities folks, the town engineer, hats off to the IT department. They really made it as smooth as a gravy sandwich as far as I'm concerned, relative to what we did. Would you agree, Jessica?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think everyone did a great job, and I would like to, sincerely, thank them all for this. There's still going to be things to work out and to make adjustments on whenever you have a move, as such. But I think that the staff and everybody, in the spirit of cooperation, is going to work through all of that. Would you agree?
Yes. Can I make one quick, or actually two
Absolutely.
comments
Thank
on the trustee office move? This meeting is happening, the sign for the trustees is being put up at our new facility. I know there was some questions where we were and people couldn't find it, so it's going to be very clear now when you drive by. It'll be Southampton Town Trustees, and I believe that also the Housing Authority is there.
Housing's upstairs.
Upstairs, so yep. And one other thing, if you don't want to come to 240, you can always go online and get your your permits and stuff online, which we initiated during the COVID. We were very successful with it. Our board never missed a beat during the whole COVID issue, and we're still running strong now. So if you don't want to come to 240 West Montauk Highway in good Hampton Bays, well, then you can get them online.
You can also mail them in.
Yep.
Snail
Thank you.
mail.
Yep.
Still works.
Yep.
Still works. Thank you for that. It was, anybody else want to jump in there? Good. Moving right along here. When it comes to the trustee area designations, the recommendations that I have, and we can discuss this, I think, at Region 1, I think that, which was handled by Trustee Parrish, I think Matthew Parsons, I think you would do a great job in that. I think relative to the proximity of where you generally travel, I think that would work out. So you'll be responsible for the constituent service for that area. Those are the applications and places you have to go to, and then you'll be the eyes and ears of the board. Obviously, if something pops up where you feel you need an assistance or you need the whole board there, let us know. Environmental analyst James Duryea is also available to go, and then obviously the applicant's agents provide us with good information, there's all the requirements that are needed, engineered plans and surveys, but to go there, that's gonna be you handling that, okay? And we're all here for you. I'll maintain Region 2 as I have, and Trustee Warner, you are a staple in Region 3. Region 4 is right at the heart of where Joseph McLaughlin is, I think, right at home, right?
Yep,
I
exactly.
think you'll be an expert at that area.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to working with you and the village mayor on new plans, initiatives, and, right, we're good?
Yep, absolutely.
We're good? And you know what? The people that live in Region 5, I think are very lucky to have a guy like Chip Marin that knows this like the back of his hand,
Very
right?
much, yeah.
You're good with handling,
I'm fine with that.
taking on the big responsibility, also being the lead point person on Sagaponic and Mecox. I think you're gonna do a great job at that, Chip.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. It's a good fit.
All right, good.
So I think this is all really, again, another win for the people of the town of Southampton, because you got people, I think, that are gonna be right in areas that they're gonna be comfort in their skill set. I mean, you've got a great skill set to handle that region, Chip, and I think it's really gonna.
And Joe in the village and, that-
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what's
Everybody,
got it.
everybody's got it. He's got it. and You're right there at home. I mean, you couldn't, you're putting the right pegs in the right positions.
I keep my boat right there,
Yeah,
so.
so that works.
That's exactly, he knows it. This is working out great.
And just let the public know, this map will be on our website, and it will have the trustees' name on their area and all their contact information, so if you need to get in touch with them.
Right. And in terms of liaison legislative assignments, there's a sheet here. We can talk about these and make any adjustments, and at the end of the day, it's about points of contact and who's gonna be responsible for something as a point person, and we can make adjustments as we go as well, but this, I think, is a good baseline. I'm not gonna go through every one of them, because we'll be here for too long. But this is a good baseline to get started, and then everybody can, feed off of everybody else in working together, but this will be good. I know you made some adjustments, and I
Yeah.
think they're good adjustments, and I think that what's there is a good start with what Trustee Warner's recommendations are, and then we can make further adjustment beyond that, but I think we're good to get started.
I pass this to him?
Yeah.
This is the
I think
extended
you-
version. This one has not been.
Yeah, this one, there was a couple of adjustments made.
This is the one that it is right now, the way it was
Right, and then-
for the last 2 years.
There's some suggestions on there, and there may be further revisions, but it's a good start.
Well, I think it's a starting point for a
Absolutely.
conversation.
Absolutely, and I concur with the adjustments on
Okay.
there, okay? So we're chugging through this. I know we have an executive session that we have to get into, and I think we're doing pretty good. Is there anybody from the public here that would like to address the board, either here in person or on Zoom? Now's the time for your 3 minutes of time. If you remember to state your name and sign in.
Right, I don't need 3 minutes, thank you.
Okay.
Mark McIntyre, I live in Shinnecock Hills. I just wanted to, first, I guess, for the new board members, just introduce myself briefly. I retired in September from the city of New York, where I ran an environmental program about cleaning up brownfields and contaminated land. I've retired and spending more of a full-time basis here in Southampton. I'd be delighted to work as a volunteer on any issues where I could possibly make a contribution to what the trustees are trying to accomplish. The reason I stepped up this morning today was that I wanted to just say that I'm happy to look at upland disposal of dredge material if and when you all want to bring me into that issue. I'm available and look forward to doing that. So,
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else on Zoom perhaps that wants to address the board at this point?
Were you able to provide contacts to?
I have.
Okay, no, Chip, he's got to speak over there. You can't,
Sorry.
yeah, he's
Okay.
got to,
Yeah.
you got to,
Yeah.
he's got to. You can't do that, yeah.
Yeah, I previously had given my contact information to James. You
Right.
have-
Thanks.
Did you sign in and write down your phone number?
I
Okay.
didn't.
If you would do that, that'd be great. Then we
Thank
have
you.
it again.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, so that being said, let's close public portion, and let's move on to the resolutions at hand. Everybody was emailed copies of these to familiarize themselves with. So the first one that is here is 2024-16. It's application of Nancy McCabe, 33 Mineola Court, Hampton Bays, New York. Tax map 900-345-1-39 over in Tiana Bay. And 25-foot catwalk and stairs, 2x4 railings, light penetrating decking, all untreated material, complying with our Blue Book regulations. I recommend its approval.
I'll second it.
Seconded by trustee Warner. All in favor?
Aye.
We have trustee resolution 2024-17. This is an application of Ernest H. Spellman at 10 Howard Drive, tax map 900-255-1-37. Again, it's also over in Tiana Bay. This is another application that was worked on and meets all Blue Book recommendations. I recommend its approval.
I'll second it.
Seconded trustee Warner. All in favor?
Aye.
We have trustee resolution 2024-1, which is a resolution that requires that an authorized resolution by the board for anything that's in excess of $1,000.
I'll second that.
Seconded by trustee Warner. All in favor? Trustee resolution 2024-2, authorized to purchase from Riverhead Building for 2024. Riverhead Building Supply holds a current contract with the town of Southampton for hardware and various items for pickup. This contract remains in effect until December of this year. And this is an authorizing resolution for any expenditure in excess of $1,000, whereas funding for hardware and various items for pickup for the trustees shall be various GL accounts in amount not to exceed the individual budgets. Looking for a motion, I'm going to make a motion, looking for a
I'll
second.
second
to
on
approve
that.
Riverhead Building. Seconded by trustee Warner. All in favor?
Aye.
Trustee resolution 2024-3. This is to authorize the digital signature font overlay that the board uses. Looking for a second.
Second on that.
Seconded by trustee Warner. All in favor?
Aye.
We've got trustee resolution 2024-4. Approval of the third-party custodial banks. It's a recommendation of the town comptroller and the receiver of taxes. The following banks are approved for use as third-party custodial banks for collateral pledged to secure the deposits of the receiver of taxes. The first one's M&T Investment Group. The second is Wilmington Trust Investment Advisors.
I'll second that.
Seconded trustee Warner. All in favor?
Aye.
Trustee resolution 2024-5 is designation of official newspapers. Resolved that the trustees Press Western and Eastern Edition is hereby designated as the official newspaper for the publication of notices for the Board of Trustees for the year 2024. Looking for a second.
Second.
Seconded trustee Warner. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Trustee resolution 2024-6, designation of additional newspapers. The following newspapers are hereby designated as additional newspapers for the publication notices for the year 2024. The Independent Traveler Watchman, the Sag Harbor Express, the East Hampton Star, Newsday, and Riverhead News Review.
Second that.
Seconded trustee Warner. All in favor?
Aye.
Trustee resolution 2024-7, designation of banks of deposit. Resolved that the following banks are designated as banks of deposit for the Board of Trustee funds for the 2024 year, effective January 1. Dime Community Bank, JP Morgan Chase Bank, and Bank United.
Second on that.
Seconded trustee Warner. All in favor?
Aye.
2024-8, authorized purchase from Omnia partner contract with Home Depot USA for 2024, whereas Home Depot holds a current cooperative contract with Omnia Partners for maintenance, repair, operating supplies, industrial supplies, and related products. With the services contract number 16154. Contract remains in effect until December 31st, 2026. And Paint and Paint Supplies contract 170009 is in effect till February 28th, 2025. I would like the approval to utilize these contracts.
I'll second that.
Seconded trustee Warner. All in favor?
Aye.
We have trustee resolution 2024-9, the continuation of legal services by Sokoloff Stern LLP. Whereas the town trustees continue to retain legal services by Sokolov Stern. Partners, 275, associates, 250, paralegals, 125, as you can see. Looking for a second on that.
I'll second that.
Seconded trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
We also have a continuation of legal services by Khan and Khan on the Stroud versus Village of West Hampton Dunes. We're just, still resolving paperwork on those matters. You'll see their lists on the next page. Daniel Khan, 345, Richard Khan, 345, Associate, 275, Law Clerks, 225, Paralegals, 200. Looking for a second.
Second on that.
Seconded trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
We have a resolution 2024-11, continuation to retain the professional services of Joseph Lombardo. Whereas the Board of Trustees would like to continue to utilize the services of Joseph Lombardo for non-litigation matters, including but not limited to representation as needed, confidential legal advice, research for all matters pending legislation, negotiations, and providing legal counsel at trustee board meetings. That's at $100 hourly rate.
Second that.
Seconded by trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a trustee resolution 2024-12, continuation of professional services by B. Ready Fishbein Hatter Donovan LLP for 2024, for matters that they're handling for us. You'll see the rates there, Parker 375, senior associate 350, associate attorney 325, and law clerk 150. And we set an amount there not to exceed 150. Hopefully we can resolve the matters ahead of that.
That's
And
150,000.
150,000, not $150. Hopefully we can resolve it faster than that, but if we can't, we'll have a discussion at that point in time.
Second on that.
Seconded trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
Trustee resolution 2024-13, authorization, continuation of professional service contract with James E. Olivo, MBA, for our financial consulting. His hourly rate is $125.
Second that.
Seconded by trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
We have trustee resolution 2024-14. This is professional services contract with Joseph and Friedman Esquire for consulting. This is a project that we're doing on relative to the trustee roads. You'll see that there is an initial retainer. You'll see an hourly rate of $350, travel time of 100, an examination of title records. We've set an amount on this not to exceed $10,000. This is a situation where we take care of the trustee roads, and some of them we're not totally sure that we own them, and the town is collecting substantial tax revenues, and we are expending, trust labor, materials, supplies, all in the interest of public safety, but we really need to get a better determination on.
Yeah, I think a further clarification, the last 3 years, the town had agreed to pay us $100,000 into the road account, which they've never done. So we've taken this initiative on so that we can justify whether we should be maintaining this specific road, or we should give it up, back to the people, whoever owns it. So this is
Correct.
This is a legal, and there's a lot of research that's gonna be done in this attempt to basically all the way back to, I believe, almost 200 years ago, to figure out where these roads came from and how we actually either own them or somehow took charge of them.
Or
So-
somehow it just
Yes.
ended up being pushed off. Well,
Yeah.
maybe the trustees have it and it just trickled down throughout the administrations, and here we are. I mean, back in the day, there was limited inhabitants on these roads, and now there's no such thing as a secret shortcut in the town of Southampton. These roads are all heavily traveled, heavily used, and they get beat up, and there are substantial structures on these roads now that require services, and the trustees don't get the benefit of any of the general tax revenue on a sustainable basis to help provide what's needed for good, safe transit and public safety. So, in the interest of sustainability and the preservation of trust assets, and of course, public safety, we're embarking on this exercise to make a determination so that we could better provide this to our citizens and work with the town board more effectively on sustainability.
And just to further clarify, it's a one-time $19,000 fee for a curb cut on one of these roads that we take into our account. When we combined the account initially 4 years ago, I believe there's almost $400,000. We're down to about $50,000 in the account right
See
now.
that, the guy's already up to speed as the Secretary Treasurer.
Yeah.
Check plus. He's 100% correct,
Yes.
okay? And we need sustainability. People want things stable. You want to know that the roads are going to be maintained and public safety is stable. And there's a lot of uncertainty. And it's not acceptable at this point in time. I've been working on this for 10 years. And, you know, we've got to get this to a point. And yes, Trustee Warner is correct. Secretary Treasurer Warner is correct. There have been, at times, promises made to replenish the restricted road account, but has never come to fruition. And it's down quite substantially, and we just want to do the right thing by the
Yep.
people. So, okay, so I'm looking for a second on this.
I'll
Russ.
second it.
Seconded, Trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, trustee resolution 2024-15, waterfowl hunting location expired or non-renewal permits. Board of Trustees finds that the subject project is type 2 action pursuant to 6 NYCR Part 617. Whereas the following waterfowl hunting location permits expired as of August 1st, 2023, and a renewal application was not submitted to renew the permit for the 23-24 season. First one is permit number 104, Craig L. Dunn, East Shinnecock Bay. The second one, permit number 256, Sean H. Kilfoyle, Conic River. Number 3, permit number 269, Alexander Nikonovitz in Reeves Bay. Resolved that pursuant to Article 5, Section 38 of the Rules and Regulations for the Management and Products of the Waters of the Town of Southampton, the Board of Trustees of Freeholders of Commonalty of the Town of Southampton hereby directs that the above-mentioned waterfowl hunting locations be offered to individuals from the waterfowl wait list. Looking for a second.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so that's gonna go right back too. Thank you very much for getting through that portion of the meeting. We had a lot of discussion. Is there any other discussion that you want to talk about SAG? You want to talk about Mecox?
Yeah, I talked to Matt this morning, and I just notified him to be on call for this next.
H&L, he's our,
Matt-
H&L,
H&L,
yeah, yeah.
he's the contractor that has the county
Contract.
contract.
And I just said, look, we got a blow coming in. There's a good, I mean, Mecox is down, but SAG is already up. There's a good chance it's going to fill up again with this next storm coming in. The weather forecast does not look like we're going to be able to pop it this week.
No.
So I'm gonna hope to get some machines down there as soon as we get some kind of north wind Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
But he is on notice, and he said just give him the most up to date heads up.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So you got a good chain of communication going on now,
yeah,
right? We've all been
yeah.
back and forth, so that's great. Thank you. Thank you. Any further updates, anybody, before we go into the next phase of our meeting here? Eddie?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. It all begins. Happy New Year, everybody. I mean, we're off to the races. We got a great team.
Yep.
Very optimistic for 2024. I think we're going to solve a lot of problems for the people of the town of Southampton. Just going to keep doing our job. That being said, I would like to make a motion to first thank everybody in our staff. Wish them all a happy New Year. I got Charlotte here. I got James Duryea, Jessica Feldman, our chief of staff. Thank you. Joseph Lombardo, special counsel. Mark McRedmond, happy New Year. And that being said, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn and go into executive session for the purposes of confidential legal advice concerning litigation.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Warner, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Okay, have a great
Thank you.
day, everybody.